Hey, all right. Good evening, everyone. Great to share this time with you. My name is Yemi, and I'm here to own. We're talking about the Wimble Book Writing Challenge and open house party, open house day today. Okay, so and then we have a couple of our authors who would be joining us as we commence, and we'll share a few of their journey so far, a few of their journey so far, and that would also help us to learn a few things that we can learn from what has been happening, what has been going on. Today is day 14th. Today is day 14 of the book writing challenge, the Women Book Writing Challenge. And we are here on day 14, yes. And on day 14, I'm going to just mute this. So on day 14, we are expected to have gone up to 14 pages. That's 1,400 word count to 1,400 word count to about 3,000 word count or 3,500, depending, of course, on how fluid you are with words. Depending on how fluid you are with words, everybody has been hands on deck and it's been a writing process, a challenge. And of course, when we say things are a challenge, of course, we understand that it's purely not a walk in the park. It's strictly for those who are hearted to run to run that and do. But the beautiful thing about it again is writing a book. The beautiful part of it is at the end of the day, it's your book in your name. You can decide. I mean, if you were told in your place of work to come and give a speech in less than 24 hours, prepare a speech, slides in less than 24 hours, you will get to it and do it. And that's on your job. That's somebody, I mean, you're being paid to do that. You would do that. So when it comes to writing your book, it's your content, it's your information. I've always come to understand that most of the time for a lot of people who are working, I'm talking of people who are working 9 to 5 now, 9 to 5. People who are on paid employment, the rationale, the motivation, the drive, the discipline that having to work under some supervision gives basically helps us to achieve a lot of things that normally would have been a bit laid back about. But because we are working, and of course, we have to get paid, so we stay committed to it. And at the end of the day, yes, we deliver. But most of the time, when it comes to our own thing, a lot of times we usually have a bit of, I don't have time, I'm not able to because. And like we say, at the end of the day, most of all these sort of things are the things we're always going to end up um, end up still going back to, because at the end of the day it's our thing that makes the difference, because we're running our own thing. At the end of the day, you're coming back to that thing that you're going to do for yourself. So an opportunity like this that positions you to just get busy, positions you to achieve something, yourself, in the midst of other people. No matter how, like I keep saying, no matter how volume, it's not about how voluminous your book is really. It's a function of the content, function of what you want to achieve with it. And so many things can be achieved with whatever volume of book, whatever pagination you have. I mean, there are books that came out as normal books, but after the books became a workbook. There are workbooks out there that changed lives. There are journals that have changed lives. There are, what do you call that stuff now? There are materials that are devotionals that have changed lives. So it's not much about the content of the volume of the book. It's just the fact that you're able to do something, and that thing you have done, it focused primarily on your own development, your own achievements. It's in your record. It's for you, and it only just speaks to us being able to just zero our minds and commit ourselves to just pull it through. You might just, okay, fine, the book writing challenge is 60 days. By the way, we had 1 week of non-writing, and then we have about how many weeks? About 4 5 weeks of writing, actually, out of 8 weeks. So you may just say, I'm going to do my writing within 3 weeks and I'm done. Whatever I'm able to put together within that period, I'm done. Then loads of content, loads of that we have created, help that we have created that would help you to scale the hurdle of, I don't know what to write about We've spoken about that. I don't know how to put together what I want to write about. We've spoken about that. I'm still around thinking of how do I put it. We've spoken about that. How do I capture my audio, capture my content? How do I write without putting words on paper? We've spoken about that. And then here now we are looking at, okay, how to get people to enjoy the process, to own the process. It's yours. It's your own process. At the end of the day, you're the one who is going to really enjoy the thing. So again, I welcome us to the open house, and today I'm going to be sharing something quite exciting, to also again in direction of what it is that we are seeking to do today. I'm going to be sharing on how to stay on course with your writing, how to stay on course with your writing. Let me just quickly say this. Let me add this to this presentation right now. The greatest hurdle is usually the start. Of course, that's after you've already known what you want to do. The greatest hurdle is your start. That starting is where the greatest challenge is. If you can get yourself to that place where the first time you did it, by the time you start, you just find out, okay, it's flowing, it's flowing, it's flowing. Of course, we have things that is called writer's block, things that just get you to freeze. You couldn't just go further because you lost track of thought. You're not able to fish out the words as you want it to be. Things are not flowing. Yeah, it happens. But that very first day when you say, no, all right, I want to do this. Again, you must have done what we call our book fishing, our clarity session, our book mining sessions. You must have done all those courses. It helps you to now be able to navigate onto the process of actually now writing, because you already have guidelines. You already have the things that point you in direction of what you want to write. You spend time, and I say spend time, talking about 1 hour, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours max. You've done all of that. And that gets you into the groove of what you want to put down on paper. It's very critical, very, very critical, that we do as much as you can and stay on course. Remember, it is not the beginning. It's not the people that started the race with you that really matters. It's how many of you got to the finish line. All right, how many people got to the finish line? That's what really matters. And that's what we are trying to ensure that you do. We know that a lot of people want to say, I'm ready, I'm ready. I can tell for free. Even right from the beginning when we started, a lot of people started with us, and along the line, I'm not feeling, I'm so exhausted, so much time, I don't have time on my hands, so much work to do, I'm so busy, I'm not even so short. We had all of that. And then in between, we had a lot of courses that we dropped in to help people to just scale through that phase. And then, of course, some people have started writing. In the course of the writing, we've just had 1 week of writing now, though we are on day 14, which is the second week of the startup. The first week we had was just preparation, getting people to get ready for the second week that we had, that we're ending today, focuses on let's begin to write our books. As the word count increases, we expect, of course, that you are also following up. So it's pretty much straight, cast written down really, and created to help people to just begin to do what is needful. I'm trusting that at the end from today, starting another week tomorrow, if you have been way behind, you pick up the pace, you join in the wagon and get back on course to finish your book, all right, to finish writing your book. Of course, by next week, we're going to be having another open house again, just to get people to just share, all our authors to share with them what I've done. A lot of people are writing, I'm sure of that, and as many that is able to click on the link while this broadcast is on, I'll bring them in, and then you can, of course, see them and share. They can share a bit of their progress. And so I'm also writing. One great book. I'm also writing again. And I always write, always write book. And we have the book writing challenge, and the likes of it. And usually likes it because I usually like it because it helps to also put me on my toes and deliver something that I've always wanted to do. I want to be a serial author. Of course, I am. I've written like 3 books. I want to be a serial author. I want to be someone that just have a lot of books. Working on the push and the drive. We'll get to that part. Let the content come out. Let the content be timely and in season and all of that. All right. So today, I'm going to be sharing with us on how to stay on course with your writing. It's just a 2-slide presentation, and the idea really is to help you to be in that headspace that you're able to continue to write. It's pretty cast on stone, but then it's very unique. Trusting that we will catch the flow of what I want to say to us today. Okay, so how to stay on course with your writing. Of course, I have 5 points I want to share. Number 1, optimize your happy place. We've spoken about your happy place. Your happy place is that place that you that you do that situation, that surrounding, that environment, that place in your house, room, office, road, car, beach, whatever, that your juice flows, that you just keep spinning the words. Wherever it is, that situation that helps you to do, you must optimize that space. Optimize that space. Always long for it. Always, when you are in that zone, load up, just pop, 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 pop. And even if it's once a week, you're able to get into that zone, and it's flow. Another beautiful thing about a happy place is that whenever you find a happy place, your content just begins to flow. Don't limit yourself to, oh, I should have done, I should have said something. No, 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 let it flow, let it flow. When you finish all of, there's something we call the first draft. We're ending up at the first draft quite soon. By next week, we should have gotten to the first draft place. When you get to the first draft, that's when you like say, okay, the foundation is set. Now let me read back, let me go back to it and read through it again, and begin to load up things. So you must optimize your happy place. Whatever it is, they always talk about the cow that brings you the milk. Hey, keep milking that cow, because it's already producing what you need. So milk it. Get all the content you need to get within that place. Optimize it. Optimize it. Let the atmosphere favor your desire. Let it favor what you want to achieve. Let it constantly just keep helping you to pull out what you want. Just keep pulling that thing out. Okay. The second thing I wrote here is keep the end in view. Keep the end in view. Why are you writing this book? What is the essence of what are you trying to achieve with this book? Must always be in your mind. Now, these are two individual things. The first one, it says keep the end in view. The end meaning I'm going to finish this book, and when I finish it, my name is going to be on, of course, and then of course I'm going to achieve what I intend to achieve with this book. You must keep it in view. There's no focus, there's no target met without having the target in view. Otherwise, how do you measure your success? You got up and say you were going to be part of this challenge, and then you started on this challenge. You started right there, and before you know, you got distracted. You look back again. Many of us, life is like that. Generally, you look back and say, "Oh, I think I've dropped the ball." So yes, pick it up. That's why people go on retreats. People go on vacations. People do assessment, periodic assessment, and what reevaluation. All these things happen because you tend to look at well, I know I'm moving, but am I still moving on the track of what that book came series of trainings and seminars and webinars. Out of that book came gift items. Just one single book that keeps on giving. I'm sure many of us know the book of Fireproof. Fireproof is a book, is a gospel book, it's a gospel book that later became a movie and later became a workbook, a training book, and so many. There's so many books like that. Of course, we know of the Born Identity, the book that became a movie, and the book never lost. And we know of the Harry Potters of this world. There's so many great books that have become so many. Look, your book can become anything, really. And so, as long as you have it in view, which means at the end of the day, so many things are going to be fighting with you to leave that thing because it's not important. It's not, that's what they think. But as long as you say, look, this book has so many potential, I'm going to stay with it. Because if you don't stay with it, if you don't commit to it and see it to the end, guess what, guys? It will never be done. Whatever it is that you tend to do and you don't do it, will never get done. It's as simple as that. How many years have you been trying to do something? Write a book that till today, 5 years, 10 years, 7 years back, hey, till today is still nothing. Every other thing in our lives that we have committed to, that we have kept on running, kept in view of what you're going to get at the end of the day, we've always finished. But then there's some things that we never finish. The reason why we never finish it is because we always switch lane. We always get distracted. We always move on to all the things. Does not mean that those things you are moving on to are more important than this one. Hey, sometimes priority, sometimes whatever. But hey, at the end of the day, in the name of prioritizing, in the name of I'm committed to this, I'm committed, in the name of maybe I'm the one desiring to do this myself. A lot of books have been left right in chapter one, abandoned right there, until you look at it, oh my God, chapter one. And every time you look back at it, and emphasis on looking back at it, you're like, oh my God, a lot of books have been abandoned, never finished, never written. I don't want your book to be this way. I don't want your book to be like this. The story of I mean, your life, the things you want to write, your autobiography, your focus, your desires, the things that your content that is craving to come out needs to come, and the world is waiting to read about it. So let's keep it in view. You have to keep the end in view. I'm going to do this. We said 60 days. At the end of 60 days, you're free. You're free as a bird, free. But you would have done it. Manuscript. Your manuscript would have been in your hands. You would have done. You can tell anybody tomorrow, I did that. I succeeded. This is my book. You can use it for so many great things. Okay. So number 3, connect your mind with your content wherever you go and whatever you do. Now, this is very important because of inspiration. Because of inspiration. Most of the time when we're writing books, whatever, and I remember watching a movie, Prince of Egypt, back in the day, and they had a documentary on how the Prince of Egypt came to be. The movie Prince of Egypt, it's an animated movie by the Walt Disney. So how it came to be. All this, the voiceover artists, the graphic artists, the animators, the entire crew. The director moved everybody to Egypt on the sandy desert where Moses was walking, all that narration, everything. Moved everybody under the scorching sun. Everybody had to experience what exactly was happening to Moses at that time, what exactly was happening to the community then, the Israelites building on using straws to build so many things, all the monumental, structures and stuff that the Israel had to build. Everything. So they had to be within the desert terrain. Of course, they recreated the old whatever, all the creative guys did. But the thing is this, they brought all of them into that space so that they can be. So while you're in the studio, of course, the studio wasn't right in the sandy, whatever. The studio wasn't a studio normally, but you keep visualizing, oh my goodness, because even the graphic artist that was drawing, they were able to picture the flow of the wind over the sand, picture the squashy sun on their own body while they drew what was going to be happening to Moses, why he was doing all of that, what kind of depth of feeling was going on, the perspiration, the pain, the hurt, all of that. They were able to build all of that into that because they were experiencing it. The same thing with you. You want to write a book on whatever it is you want to write a book on. You need inspiration. Anywhere you're going out in the morning, you're going somewhere, whatever. Remember that you're writing a book, and everything out there will be speaking to that book. Everything, something out there is something out there be speaking to the book. So you put yourself in that space consistently. It's like you going to go and give a talk somewhere, and you've done the slides of the talk, just left it just up and just went out to go and do something else. And then you came back and then you're like, okay, yeah, I'm ready to give the talk. You're not necessarily, I mean, most of the time we're going to be in that head space of, I have a presentation. You're going to be thinking, I have a presentation when you're going out and doing, I have a presentation. So everything around you, your consciousness is still connected to that presentation. You are on a challenge. You must keep your mind connected to your book. Otherwise, you're going to forget it. And when you come back, you're going to be like, okay, so what did I want to say here? I forgot what I want to say here, So constantly put yourself in that space that your mind, the mind is connected to where you're going and what you're doing, what you're writing, why you're going to do whatever it is you're doing. That's what we're trying to say in that space. Okay, the next one, have something to nibble at or sip while you write. Now, this is I do this just practically a lot. Writing, I'm thinking, my mind is going, so even I'm talking my book, I'm giving a voice of my, like right now, I'm here with you doing what I'm doing. I have my bottle of water with me. What about looking at it? Yeah, I have a bottle of water with me. I could have a cup of tea, coffee, juice, an apple, some berries, or I use biscuit, all these brands around. I use that. I just have it around me. It helps to put me in that stuff. The space of constantly, getting me to just be in the groove, Like I always say, when I'm studying to pass, I want to pass. You're just reading the book, keep biscuits around you, some nuts around you, things like that. Just help you to nibble at it while you're doing your work. It helps to keep your mind afloat, keep your mind relaxed, and you can always get on top of things. The last one is keep your daily target in view. Keep your daily target in view. This is very important as well. Your daily target in view. So what is daily target? We have a 200 word count for from the lowest level. You want to write about 7,000 word count. 200 is just fine for you. 200 word count per day. While those of us who are doing a movie, doing a what's the word now, doing a novel, has can go as far as 500 word count every day. So 500 every day you write 500, next day you write 500. Now the truth about it is not saying, of course, that when you write the 500, you have to be stuck to the 500. You can always increase as the flow comes. And as long as you flow in that direction, then you're beautiful. You constantly keep moving forward. Okay, so this is just the nuggets I have for us for today. Um, I'm trust this is going to be very helpful to every one of us who is on this journey. And think so. Basically, so every day we have our updates, and we're going to be sending updates across to us on our IG, and of course, if you're with me on WhatsApp, you also be getting updates there as well. And then yeah, basically, so every day we'll be having updates. Okay. occasionally I might be doing some other things that will also help us to get us into the groove of what we're doing. Again, there will be another house open club, like I said, on by next week Sunday. Again, to be able to help people to let's know what's people out to, what is happening. All right. Thank you so much for being there with me on this broadcast today. I appreciate that and see you again quite soon. Au revoir.